Jennifer was born in Sacramento. It was very exciting, very emotional for me, obviously.
She was Daddy's little girl, well, or he was little girl's daddy, really is more of how it was, because he was smitten with her.
She was very, very spunky.
Kind of that perfect mix of like salty and sweet.
Okay, tell me something.
She loved to get a joke. She loved to make people laugh and be kind of this silly little sparkle and little light.
She loved to dance. She always loved to dance.
My favorite memories of her is that little unique Jennifer personality. It's what she was known for. Even worst case scenario was never that bad as reality turned out to be. When they told us there is no cure, I had no idea that terminal upon diagnosis even existed. I don't think it's still hit me. I think none of this seems real in some ways. I think the hardest part of all of it is that in some ways she doesn't feel real.
I'm letting baby Charlotte, Mom. I love you.
I mean, that's probably my deepest, darkest secret, is that sometimes she doesn't feel real anymore. All of it feels like pretend.
I didn't expect it to go as quick as it did. Yeah, that was tough when I came across those numbers of 9 months, and would have never imagined 3.5.
I'd ask her all the time, what is heaven like? What do you think it looks like? What do you think this? What do you think it smells like? And she always just said, I don't know. Once we knew it was the end, she told me. That's when she said, I think it smells like watermelon, Mommy, all the time.
When I think of Jennifer, I actually, it's just painful.
I'm not scared of dying, not even a little. I am terrified of suffering, and I will worry forever that I let Jennifer suffer.
So like I thought it would get easier over time, and it's not.
And I think the hard thing for me though about losing Jennifer is that I've really lost her.
It's her presence, her touch, right? Like I can't hold her hand anymore. That's what I miss the most.
Jennifer lost out on that mom that she gave her siblings. I am in so many ways a better mom now. And I think that's kind of her forever gift that she gave her siblings. I knew I would do Unravel before Jennifer died, and I know that I had Jennifer's support in it. The lack of funding was everything, because I felt tricked. Because I saw those commercials with bald smiling kids and taglines that said sponsoring more birthdays, and I believed it. 7 children die every day in this country from cancer, and we have 0 screening methods. Well, I think American Cancer Society ties back to how I felt tricked. I did Relay for Life. I thought I was helping kids, but you're not. They give 1 cent of every donated dollar towards pediatric research. Unravel's goal is to connect the people that want to help with the researchers that need the help.
Unravel was the first organization to really believe in us.
It's time we start looking at childhood cancer with a personalized approach for our kids.
Every patient is a unique disease because that patient has a unique genetic makeup. Every child, even more so than adult cancer, has to be considered within the lens of personalized medicine. So we need to treat the patient, not treat the disease.
My name is Nick Vitanza. I'm a pediatric neuro-oncologist at Seattle Children's Hospital and a researcher at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center. So I spend half of my time doing research and the other half I spend taking care of children. One of the really amazing things about Unravel is their dedication to giving unrestricted funding, and that allows us to go in more directions with our research and to fill needs as soon as we have them, instead of to spend time writing a grant and then waiting a year or potentially more until that money comes in. So it really advances the field, but then also makes the speed at which it's advancing faster.
We keep in contact. We know what they're doing. We get abstracts from them, but we don't limit them.
And to have that lack of restriction on what we do with the money is incredibly important creatively for the experiments we're able to do. It allows us to be nimble and redirect when we need to in our work.
I think innovative research, the reason why we fund it is because that's where the creativity comes from. That's where change comes from. Innovation at the ground level, that's really where the magic happens.
We've been able to develop new cancer models in our lab through that funding. We've been able to develop tumor paint into a way to visualize tumors. I think a lot of us know that only 3 or 4% of national funding for cancer goes to pediatrics. And even though there's much fewer pediatric patients than adults, when a child loses their life from cancer, we're talking about decades of life lost, nationally tens of thousands, globally hundreds of thousands, millions of years lost each year to pediatric cancer. The unrestricted funding that we've gotten from Unravel has already led to a lot of accomplishments. My biggest frustration with current pediatric cancer research is the pace of it, and that I don't think that it's too slow because we don't have answers or because the science isn't good enough. I honestly think that there's not enough resources and enough people working on this.
We are disrupting a broken system, and we're doing it by not doing things the same old way it's always been done.
So we're at a very exciting time. We have several new technologies that are being developed actually here at UC Santa Cruz. Ongoing funding is crucial, and we're very grateful to Unravel for believing in us. We wouldn't be here without Unravel, for sure.
We're just a normal family trying to do our best to defeat and change a broken system that stole our child from us. I don't blame cancer for Jennifer's death. I blame a lack of funding for the right kind of research. And I think about what if I'd started before I had to.
I think that in the near future, we're going to find a cure for this disease.
We as a family feel hope in a hopeless situation. We as a family feel powerful in a powerless situation. And we are. We don't just feel that way, we are. Unravel is power.
Together we will unravel pediatric cancer.
We are in this together until there's a cure.
I want to sing you a song. Baby mine, don't you cry. Rest your head close to my heart. No. Never to